Hi, I am so happy you're here. This is our first WTF to eat recipe demo. So the newest in a series where I'm sharing recipes for healthy metabolism. These are some of my favorite recipes, things that my clients love, and I love doing these kinds of events with you. So I'm just really happy that we're doing this today. So welcome. It's February, it's Heart Month, so I really wanted to showcase something that is heart healthy, actually keeps you full, and you can hear my cat meowing in the background, of course. She loves that I'm home right now. And it packs in 30 grams of protein. So that also will help you stay full, stabilize blood sugar, and also support healthy muscle, muscle mass, in terms of muscle building, repair, and retention. So all good things. Hello, princess. So we're going to make a red velvet chia pudding. So this is awesome for meal prep because you can make a big batch ahead of time and it's ready to go when you are. And I'm going to show you how to do it in a blender. This is something I started doing maybe about a year ago, and I just found that it is a game changer for texture and just convenience because you end up with that like nice texture a little bit quicker, or a lot bit quicker. I'm also going to show you how to make a little frosting to go on top, just to add a little extra. So what we need to make our chia pudding. So I have my blender cup right here. And you can use about 3/4 of a cup to a cup of your preferred milk of choice. I've got unsweetened almond milk here today because I like that it's a very neutral, simple flavor. And also I'm adding plenty of protein with protein powder in this recipe, so I don't need to be getting the protein from the milk. But if you're using dairy milk or pea protein milk or soy milk, you're getting extra protein, which is awesome. And then we have some cocoa powder. So this is great for adding a little more fiber. And fiber is important for heart health because it helps with managing levels of LDL cholesterol. There's a few types of fiber. There is soluble fiber, which is the type that in the stomach, it binds with liquid, kind of creates like a gel-like substance, and that's part of what helps you stay full, but it also escorts LDL cholesterol out of the body when you use the bathroom. And then there's insoluble fiber, which is kind of like for lack of a better explanation, speeds up transit time. So this recipe, we were getting a little bit of both, or a lot of both, because we also have chia seeds, which I love because they're a great source of fiber. Typically, depending on the brand that you get, you're going to get 3 to 4 grams per tablespoon. That is awesome towards helping meet your fiber goals for the day. What's generally considered a good, healthy fiber goal is 25 to 35-ish grams per day, just for digestive regularity, gut health, all the things. It also plays a role in keeping you full via stabilizing blood sugar. So really good if you are someone who is prone to compulsive snacking or getting hungry through the day. Really helpful for appetite regulation. Also got some chocolate protein powder. So this is a grass-fed whey protein powder, which is just my personal favorite. It's got about 25 grams per scoop, very large scoop, might I add, but I think you have to choose what works best for your body. Me and dairy, we do okay. So whey protein feels really good in my body, and we do have a lot of research looking at whey protein specifically for muscle building and retention. Also, protein helps you stay full, as I was talking about. So we're going to put that in there. But if you prefer, you can use a plant-based protein powder. You can use collagen powder. I'm sometimes asked, is muscle, like if we're talking about muscle building, is whey protein better than like other proteins? And I think we just don't have enough research really to show which ones are optimal if we're comparing them to one another. We just don't have as much data on these plant-based blends or like pea protein or collagen. I think we're starting to have more research on these things, but when it comes to protein powder, use what you love. It's going to be satisfying. So for me today, that is chocolate grass-fed whey protein powder. And then I've got some beetroot powder. This I love for anti-inflammatory benefits and for that little bit of red velvet color. You could use fresh beets, but I love beets because they have a compound in them called betalains, which is really important for helping reduce post-exercise soreness. So this makes it perfect for like a post-workout meal. and just other compounds in, so like plant-based nitrates in beetroot, which this is a positive thing in this situation, actually also helps with that exercise-related inflammation. So a lot of good stuff happening here. Also some studies looking at blood pressure regulation and other aspects of heart health. Okay, so now we're gonna add our chia seeds, and we're gonna put this in the blender. You can skip this step. If you prefer, you like your chia pudding like more traditional style, you can just mix this all together and pour it into a container and you're good to go. But I'm gonna go for the blended route. So I'm gonna put this guy in the blender. It's gonna be really loud for a sec. And then this is always the test. How messy is this gonna be? I am such a neat freak, and sometimes when I'm making certain recipes that I just know of, like, they spill, it makes me so sad. But, you can always clean them after. All right, so all we're gonna do, once you've blended this up, you're gonna pour it into your container. And then this guy is gonna go in the fridge. I like to leave it at least overnight, but even if you do 3-4 hours, it's still gonna be in a good place. So I'm gonna cover this, put that in the fridge for later, and it'll come out like this. So very thick, and this is packed. You're gonna get about 12, closer to 15 grams of fiber when we add up all of the ingredients, about 30-ish grams of protein. And now we're gonna make an optional but delicious frosting topping, so to speak. So, traditional red velvet cake, we're getting that cream cheese frosting. So we're getting that similar flavor experience with some Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna grab another spoon that's clean. All right, so we've got our Greek yogurt here. And again, if you are plant-based, you don't do dairy well, you could definitely do a plant-based yogurt. And I like to keep the added sugar low, just because I have PCOS and I need to be mindful of blood sugar levels. So, I don't go heavy on the sugar. But if you wanted to add a little, with vanilla yogurt, you could do that. Or of course, I'm very picky about my sugar-free yogurts, but I'm adding a teeny bit of allulose here, just for a little sweetness. You could use maple syrup or honey, such a tiny bit, but it just adds a little something. This is optional, but if you like it a little bit thicker, get some more healthy fats and fiber, you could add coconut flour, which is one of my favorite things for adding a cheesecakey kind of texture to things. I love it mixed with yogurt as a snack, but it's also great for adding just that perfect thicker frosting-ish texture to a recipe like this. All right. And then we're gonna add a tiny, tiny little bit of lemon juice, because cream cheese frosting, you are getting a little lemon. You can also add some vanilla extract here. I'm leaving it out just because in terms of taste, texture, color, I don't really need it for my taste buds here, but you could absolutely add that for a little more depth of flavor. So I'm gonna thin this out a little bit with some water, which I have right here. And just a little bit at a time, but until it gets to that texture that you really want. I am going to switch to a fork for mixing, because I don't have a whisk this time, but a fork works too. See, I just spilled on my counter. So I know I just mentioned my PCOS. I also have OCD and ADHD. So it's all, I hate when things get messy, because then what if I forget to clean it up? I think about these things sometimes. We all have our stuff, right? All right. Add a tiny bit more water, and I'm also gonna just do a little taste just for the make sure that I've added the right level of lemon juice, sweetener, and then we'll be good to go. And I will show you how I like to enjoy this. So when I was working in an office, I spent years working in different clinic settings. I've worked inpatient in hospitals, I've worked in outpatient clinics, I've worked in corporate wellness, in different wellness centers. I've done things where I'm on the go and a different site every day. I've been a dietitian for almost 12 years. Yeah, so that's crazy. almost 12 years. Next month will be 12 years. And I've worked in many, many different care settings. And sometimes we have to get creative about our meals, right? And packing things that are convenient. And I love chia pudding for that. All right, almost perfect. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more allulose here. And then we are in business. Oh, that was not quite as tiny as I intended, but I'm sure it'll taste good. All right, and just a little bit more water. And by the way, I know we're talking about this in terms of, Valentine's Day and heart health, but eating plenty of protein, healthy fats, like you're gonna get in chia seeds, fiber, this is great for blood sugar management. So if you're like me and have like PCOS, that's really important for management. Also really good in terms of energy levels, or if you're on a weight loss journey. Making sure that we are having balanced meals and snacks can really help us feel satisfied and meet our nutritional needs. All right, so what we're gonna do now, which one is the finished one? No, okay, no, it's actually easy to tell. All right, so all you're gonna do is you're gonna pour your frosting on top of your chia pudding. And yeah, you can eat it now, you can eat it when you're ready to eat. It's a beautiful thing. So I love this because it is budget friendly, it's easy to make. You can make a big batch at once. And right now eggs are crazy expensive, so the less we have to rely on eggs for our meals, save a little money. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I'm really excited to share even more recipes with you. I have some great stuff coming up in March and April and May based on your feedback about what you want to see. And if there's any recipes that you are dying to have ideas for, whether it's like lunches, dinners, snacks, more breakfast, I'm your girl. So send me a DM. I'd love to hear from you. And if you try this out, take a picture, post it to your stories, tag me. I love seeing your creations. So you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, we'll talk soon.